Hello, this is Betty from Astrology with Betty, and today I'm going to do a little how-to. I'm going to show you how to make red salt. I'm doing this in February of 2021, but you can do it anytime. The reason I'm doing it now is I wanted to do a little love themed um, just like a little love theme for everybody out there who wants to draw in love or who wants to spice up their love that they currently have. What I'm going to do is today we're going to make red salt. And then in a later video, I'm going to make an oil to draw in love, which we will be using the red salt in. You do not have to make these things. I can do it for you. You can contact me. And if you're interested, I can do a candle for you. But this is to show you how you can do it on your own. So this is just some Palo Santo, which you always want to use to cleanse everything before you enchant it and create any item. So today what we have here is just some pure sea salt. Okay. I have some paprika. I have some Himalayan sea salt. Now you don't need to use the Himalayan sea salt. You can just do the salt and the paprika if that's all you have. That's fine. I'm going to be adding some rose. These are some dried rose, and this is hibiscus. Now, hibiscus flowers are wonderful because they bring in passion. This is like a fiery, passionate, lusty kind of quality, which we want definitely. However, we also want the rose for true love. This is for love and beauty and seeing the beauty in the other person and for them to see the beauty in you. Like you've heard of rose colored glasses when you're in love. Well, rose is kind of just the essence of this is pure beauty. So you want to bring that in along with the hibiscus, the passion, the love, and the salt is protecting, and the pink Himalayan salt is wonderful for drawing in. And the paprika is great for boosting confidence and building a grounding foundation, which is all things that we would want in love. So it's very simple. I've already cleansed everything with my Palo Santo and my Florida water, so don't worry about that. I did that off of camera. So what we're gonna do now, and I have a mortar and pestle, okay? So what I'm gonna do is open this. Broke the seal on this. I'm going to cleanse it again. So I'm just gonna get out my matches and light up the Palo Santo. Couple of videos here. I'm going to show you how you can make a love candle for yourself. First, we're going to create today the red salt, and then we're going to use this later on in the oil that we create. So today what we're going to be using, and you want to always cleanse your products before. See, and just like this. So I'm going to take this salt here. It's just sea salt, and I'm going to cleanse with the Palo Santo. I'm going to say, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Very high vibrational. And I'm going to say, I cleanse and restore you to your divine qualities. Anything that was picked up in the travel and the processing along the way is removed. You are now cleansed to your divine quality. Okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to just start here with some salt. I'm making a lot because I do this for people. Like I create, candles and spells for people. So I'm going to make a lot. Ooh, text message. Okay, so you don't have to. You can do a little, whatever. There's no wrong way here. So there we go. We have the salt in there. This is a mortar and pestle. You can get this at Home Goods, any place, any home store. So this is just pure ocean sea salt. You can use kosher salt. You can use table salt. You can use whatever kind you want. I don't really like to use the processed kind just because it's been, this is more pure. That's my preference. Then we also have, what we're going to be using is paprika. Paprika is going to add the color, and it's also going to bring a grounding, stabilizing, confident aura. And all of herbs, crystals, what they do is they have a vibration. So just making this salt and sprinkling it around or putting in your oil isn't going to do it. But what this does is it helps us like a tuning fork. Herbs and crystals help us like tuning forks we can shoot for that vibration. If you're around people who are say you're not feeling really happy, and then all of a sudden you go out with some friends and they're really happy, and it just kind of rubs off on you. You know what I mean? And it works the opposite way too. If you're feeling really good, you're around negative people, but it works as a tuning fork. So we have the paprika, we have the Himalayan sea salt, which is great for drawing in. Okay, drawing in love. Today we want to draw in love. Now, I don't recommend that you use this on drawing in a specific person. Say you have an ex or somebody, and because you don't want, it's very important. The first rule when you're doing anything like this is not to impede on anybody's free will. Because first of all, it's never going to go well. And second of all, whatever we do to another, we do to ourselves. So if you have somebody in mind, what I recommend is writing down the qualities in that person that you love, what you're looking for. And then if it's that person who comes back or comes in, that's great. But it could be a higher person, so you don't want to put this onto if you're in a relationship already, you just want to spice up your relationship. That's great. But calling in love, we want to put it out there. We want to make a very specific list of what we're looking for. Somebody who's kind, somebody who's funny, somebody who's stable, somebody who's looking for a commitment, somebody who, if you like to go hiking, loves the outdoors, that you don't, you like to sit around and drink wine, get specific about it and make sure, that they're available, and, put that in there, that they're available and they're looking for the same thing that you're looking for. Now we have some hibiscus, which is great. This is dried hibiscus. This is great for passion. This is great for lust and like all that sexy fun stuff, which is so important in a relationship. However, if it's just that, you don't want to just draw on somebody who wants to just have sex with you. You want to also, we're going to have the roses. These are dried roses. This is for the beauty and the peace and the harmony of love. You've heard the expression rose-colored glasses. This helps you see the best in them and for them to see the best in you. So let's get started. So we're going to take, I already got the salt in, we're going to put in the paprika and say, thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you. We're going to enchant it, which just simply means we're going to tell it what we need it to do. I'm going to mix you in here, paprika. Thank you for bringing a stable, confident, peaceful love. Okay, I'm going to mix that around a little bit here. Okay, no big deal. So now, it looks cool. Okay, so now we're going to take a little of the Himalayan sea salt. Now, if you only have paprika and you only have regular salt, that is fine. You do not have to go and spend unnecessary money. If you do like all of these things, they're not expensive. You can go to like one of those little bodegas, those little shops that sell the candles and all the, stuff like that. And they have, I got these flowers that, you can get for $8, like a big gigantic thing of roses and hibiscus. This is 2 bags of the hibiscus that I bought, and I put it in these jars. I repurposed my candle jars to hold on to them. So today we're going to put in a little bit of sea salt because it's the beauty and the harmony and the peace, and it's also wonderful drawing in. So just a little bit there. Mix that all around. And when you're doing any kind of work, any kind of spell work, any kind of enchantment, you want to make sure you know that intention is everything. So if you're not feeling particularly well or upbeat, don't do it. Wait until you feel really good and happy and peaceful, okay? Because it's our intention that we infuse in this. Now, what I would recommend if you're doing this at home for yourself, I would recommend putting in an eyelash or a piece of hair or a nail clipping. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be using this for my clients. And so I would actually probably ask them to send me, a piece of hair or something, whatever. That's called sympathetic magic. You don't need to do that. It just brings a little bit of a, brings a little spice to it here. So now we're going to put in some roses. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I like the number 9. You don't have to use 9. You can use 1, 3. Okay, so we did that. Now I'm also going to put in the hibiscus. Now remember, we're going to balance this out. So we don't want to put in too much. Yes, we want it to be spicy and hot, but we don't want that to be the only reason that this person is coming into our lives. Or maybe we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we got a little more roses, a little more peace, harmony, love, and acceptance, friendship. Okay, so then you're just going to mix this around. You're going to squish it down, just like making guacamole or anytime you cook in the kitchen, mixing anything up. I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to pause this video so you don't have to sit here and watch me mix this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have it. Now there are some chunky pieces in here of the roses. That doesn't bother me. I like that. Like I like my oils and everything to have big pieces. You don't need it. And if you don't like that, what I recommend is to get a coffee, like a coffee bean grinder. If you are into this kind of stuff, you are going to be doing this. Make sure that every tool that you have is dedicated. Like this is dedicated to my craft. I don't use it in my kitchen. You know, all my herbs and spices and stuff that I use in oil work and spell work, I keep them in my office. I don't keep them in my cabinet. That's just me. You don't have to do that, but you know, you want to keep the energy and the vibration pure and clean. Okay, so like I said, if you don't like the chunky pieces, no problem. You can get a coffee bean grinder and grind that up. It'll be powder fine. I happen to just like the aesthetic. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. So now all I'm going to do now is I have a jar here that I think this was like a jelly jar, maybe a gravy jar. I don't know from Thanksgiving, but I repurpose all the jars. You just put them in the dishwasher, and then sometimes the labels are hard to get off, but you just run it under hot water and a little, like if you take it right out of the dishwasher and just slide it off with like a butter knife, it usually works well. So now we're just going to transfer it. I'm just going to transfer this into the jar. So here we go. It's in the jar. See, it's only a little bit, a little half of a jar here, but that's no big deal because you're really only going to use a little bit of a pinch and stuff at times. You don't need to use too much. So I'm just going to seal this up. And if you are interested in creating an oil, I suggest you go ahead and make yourself some red salt, or you know, you don't even have to create an oil with this. If you just wanted to make the salt, you can sprinkle this around a candle. You could put your like pink quartz in it overnight to cleanse it and also infuse it, and the quartz will also infuse the pink quartz will also infuse the rose quartz will infuse the salt. It's very important that you know that if you are suffering from a broken heart, you want to stay away from the rose quartz. It's not for people who have a broken heart. It just kind of amplifies that. So please pass that information around. It's a lot of people don't realize that they're actually hurting themselves. If you're suffering from a broken heart and holding on to rose quartz, you're just kind of making it worse. But if you're fine and you're ready for love, then go ahead and get those pink quartz, rose quartz out. Okay, so I wish you all love and friendship and peace and harmony. And until the next time, this is Betty from Astrology with Betty. Thank you so much for joining me.